Informa? What motivated you to write the song?
It's just a bold step to say, listen, this particular culture where we continue to promote this Informa for dead idea
Yes.
has gotten to the stage where it is overly destructive. Person subscribe to this and we hear nothing, we say nothing. And sometimes we try our best to go around and to find our ways around it and just find smart ways to say what we want to say. But
Right.
I just decided that I'm going to confront this issue head on because it makes no sense to continue to go around it. There is no way for the organization, police officers,
Yes.
right, to put a real lid on this whole crime situation. It has got to the stage where it's unbearable and everybody is just sick and tired. But the conversation must be had. The attention must be drawn to the fact that we have to confront this idea of an informer
For that culture.
Right.
Why did you choose music as a vehicle to have the conversation?
It has been said in many different ways, in English, in patois, around the lectern, around the pulpit, in the classrooms, wherever. I don't think it has been as effective as it could have been.
Right.
Music is one of the very potent ways of communicating an idea. As a matter of fact, music is really partially responsible for the prominence of that particular culture.
Okay.
So we use the law to fight the law. You use music to address something that music has,
Has endorsed, has tried to. So you're using it. You're fighting fire with fire, as we might say.
Fire with fire.
All right. So talk to me now, DSP. Were you always musically inclined? You did go do DJing before you turned police?
Not at all.
Okay.
When another person said, so when you could DJ, I say, I never know that.
True. The first you DJ?
Not the first. I've done it the first time since being in Portland. That was like 2017. There was a campaign about domestic violence, and someone came up with a brilliant idea whilst we were planning that all the senior officers should
put out something.
Go up there and just DJ something. And for the life of me, I'm not like you who is very good at the stage and.
But that's alright. I don't like you. I don't feel like up people.
we have very unique abilities.
Skill sets.
Right. So
yes.
when there was wholesale agreement that yes, senior person should go there, I'm like, okay, I don't have a choice but to go and write my verse or just a line or two because nobody expected anything like that. But once I started writing,
I realized that
was it.
Yeah.
And I wrote 2 songs.
What?
When I was trying to write 1 verse or 2 verses
what
that would rhyme.
And 2 songs just flowed.
Exactly. So the idea just came up, but it's about, internalizing what the whole issue was and see how it affected persons. And I think I have the skill to put it in a creative way. And since then, I just thought that there are so many other issues that I could communicate this way because I realized that a lot of persons caught on to it. A lot of persons were much more accepting of the message in that format.
Yeah.
So I just write about different things that, affect.
It's my thing that, DSP, entertainment education.
Right.
Yes, because the music resonates with the people. It touches the people, the arts. And so it's, they must sing along and learning while they're singing.
Right.
So give.
We spoke about that there.
Yes, man.
The message in the music.
Correct.
DSP, you would agree that even in recent times, the songs, and it's not like the broadcasting commission has a grip on it anymore. Because while them say we don't play certain things for the radio, fine.
Yes.
Which is good. But you listen to you, them are putting them iPod.
Of course.
Them Bluetooth on them phone and them are listen when them want to listen.
And when they go to the parties, it's the same thing.
Trust me, and it's the violent music them. They have a segment for the ladies them, where the ladies them walk out, and they have a segment where the man them stays up. Pam, pam, pam.
But Burger, you see, I spend a lot of time reflecting, on some of these issues. And, musicians, artists will say that they sing or DJ about things that they see in their environment.
They're reflecting society.
And nothing is wrong with reflecting society. But
you
when you're going to promote the wrong and encourage the wrong, then that's where I have an issue. Nothing is wrong with singing or DJing about what you see happening around you. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have a choice to make. You can either support or you can denounce wrong. And what I'm seeing is that a lot of persons
More
get lost
support
in the hype, and we support wrong. And persons who are supposed to know better just fall into the whole
They follow the
act.
crowd.
Exactly.
They follow the
And
crowd.
that is what I want us to slow down and take a look at what we're doing. We're supporting wrong. And so we talk about this whole Informa thing, and one of the things I always say to the persons with whom I speak, listen, when you go and say something to a criminal, you're actually informing. You're telling them what is happening. You're informing. They don't have an issue with that because they get an opportunity to go and create havoc on people's lives.
Right.
But if you're doing it for the right purpose, if
Then
you're doing it for
there's a
good,
problem.
then here comes an issue. And persons who are law-abiding, citizens would, I wonder if they think that this is what I'm supporting when, I just decide that I'm going to stay away and not say anything, and we find all kind of excuses why we're not going to be talking about this.
Suppose we're gonna like the term me either, but we're gonna play devil's advocate. Is there a feeling though, DSP,
Yes.
that if I share information with the wrong side, at least confidentiality will be maintained? Them now go kill the whistling bird. But do people feel, is there a sense of security from the public that if I do call the authorities and inform, by the time I reach home, somebody now say to me, say, hey, Informa, you go down a station, go call me name. That's a real problem though,
Right.
No answer for you, make you answer.
Maybe answer to what we can say when I say,
Yeah.
give a chance to talk, yeah.
The culture has changed. And like one time when we have phone booth and a whole people have phone with them can
Yes.
zero in
Yes.
from any particular individual and things said because
Me not talk about a phone booth incident.
but I said no. More people are calling the police. More people, but I think the problem is sometimes coming forward to go to court and giving the evidence to keep the people out of the shit. And that's the problem.
Burger, I know of a personal experience where the person called, made a complaint, and by the following day, the person on whom they made the complaint saw them in my presence and said, "You're not have called police to complain about me." I pursued it at another level. But I'm saying,
That is
the
rather
perception.
unfortunate. But
Yes,
I'll tell
is
you
the
that.
perception now? Because it can have been addressed, but is the perception now from the public that I am more secure in calling and giving information?
May I straight through then, Adela?
Shoot.
The perception. First of all, you had mentioned that is there a perception that persons would feel more secure telling the wrong side something?
Yes. Them feel like, well, if me tell it done now go tell him, say me tell him.
Well, a lot of persons have told the wrong side and still end up on the wrong side of
Okay.
right.
So there are consequences.
So yeah.
Guilty conscience speak loud. Sometimes them just know say because them do the wrong against you, them boys are gonna call the police if the police come to you. Who boys call the police? So that's not easy, man.
So sometimes it's very easy.
Information leak.
Very well. So the thing is, the perception that you tell the police something and you hear it back, it is very real. A lot of persons are fearful of this, and this is something that we as an organization have recognized too. And so there are a number of things that now will have to be done internally, because sometimes it's not an information that is so-called leaked may not even be intentionally done. Sometimes the way in which the police carry out their functions may be the reason. Sometimes the persons who claim to have just told the police alone did mention it to somebody else.
Police station.
Exactly. And sometimes, these are some of the issues that really come together.
Correct.
And cause it to be blurry. We have a duty, and we're required by law to inform somebody of a report that has been made against them. So if I'm coming to you, Dale, to say you are going to be charged for something, I need to tell you what I'm going to charge you for. So if it's a case of wounding, and I must still tell you that you did inflict injuries to XYZ, Now, the way in which that is communicated, it
I could
cannot
have known so
be.
just me, Burger, and Shakira did stand up there when the wound was inflicted. So if I'm a Burger talk a Shakira.
So there are some challenges, with that. Sometimes, again, it depends on the level of training expertise that the person who is getting the information has. Because you can tell me that, listen, officer, there's a gun under that chair. My training should allow me to ask you, did the person who put it there saw that you see him putting it there? Now, if you're the only one who sees the gun being placed there, then I may have to consider how I'm going to retrieve it. Because if I just go and take it out, then exactly. So
you have to go there and say, "Oh, you see that roach there a while ago? I'm going like you kill the roach." And then you say, "Wait, I run this under the chair."
There are many ways to do it to prevent suspicion. So internally, because we have a lot of work to do, and we have been doing a lot of work, and there has been some progress too.
Good.
We still have some way to go, but there has been some progress. But we have to recognize that there are different ways in which we have to carry out our functions so as to protect our sources.
Good.
But there are many ways, just like Berger was mentioning a while ago, there are many ways to pass information on, and the anonymity is maintained. So we don't want persons to just get sucked into the whole idea of, if we say this, then automatically this is going to happen. Because that is not the reality. So you see, Berger, I'm happy.
You have to do the right thing. That's where I am at with it.
I'm happy you said that.
You have to just do the right thing.
And that is why I'm happy that, this interview, this whole discussion was not surrounding the hype in the lyrics. Because a lot of persons seemingly are getting lost in the hype in the lyrics. And it's not just about the lyrics, but the call to action that I want to see, happening. I want us to look at it differently. How we are looking at this whole Informa thing, the whole hypocrisy that surrounds it, and the level of danger that we're exposing ourselves to. Crime does not discriminate.
At all.
Bullets don't discriminate.
At all.
So, it doesn't matter where you live, the color of your skin, your salary, whichever party you vote for, it doesn't matter which organization you work for. We are all exposed to it.
Crime respects no one.
And the only way, because we can sit down and talk about government to do this and government to do that. They have their responsibilities, provide the resources, put the policies and the laws in place, etc. But at the end of the day, the people are the ones with the power. We are the ones that can make the change. And it is full time. It's the whole thing just come out on a timely basis. It's the start of the new decade, start of a new year. A lot of persons have resolutions. We want a difference. We want newness. People are tired of it.
And we always want the other person to fix it. But we have to fix it. So we want somebody else to make the call. We want somebody else to provide the information. We want everybody else. But we ourselves have to be a part of the crime solving.
That's the responsibility, personal responsibility. Yes.
There are many facets or factors. To give the police the information is one.
Right.
But to properly have an airtight case, that's another matter.
Yes.
And I think the legal aspect or the legal component, that's the
DPP.
Paula Llewellyn, very, very serious lady. I respect her. I love her.
Love her.
Very serious and passionate about her work. I love that. But I think in the legal aspect, because as I said to somebody the other day, when a policeman are trained for going in a battle, they never trained for go to law school necessarily, even though you know components of the law, but you don't know the intricacies of the law, where sometimes when you don't even arrest, a lawyer just come and twist up and say, but you didn't find that circumstantial evidence, you didn't find, and then the case just gets thrown out.
Yeah, and that's why we try as best as possible to work closely with the office of the DPP when it comes down to putting airtight cases together. And we have seen a number of examples where quite complicated cases have been put together, and we have successfully completed those cases in court. But you see, Berger, we have to look at crime from a more holistic perspective.
Right.
Persons, if there's an opportunity to commit the crime, the intention to commit the crime, there is no capable guardian, in an area, then a crime may be committed. if all right, the guns, these are, you know, the sore issues, the sore points, the guns, the bullets.
Me fi tell you.
I tell you, every day we just tie that. Now, sometimes the information that is passed on may be to relieve a gang of the firearms that they have, to relieve them of the source of their income. So sometimes the information that you're passing on doesn't necessarily require a court appearance.
True.
And so you have to start there. Sometimes you may be required to go to court. Sometimes all you need to do is just to say it so that we can go there and take the guns, take the bullets, take the monies that them have supporting the criminal activities.
DSP, then me can't write all one note and mail it into the police, or me can't.
There
Tell me
are
some
a
of the
million
anonymous way
ways.
them, where people might be listening and them no know the anonymous route, so we can take. Tell me some of them. How me can make police know where I go on?
You talk about the notes, and if you figure that somebody may recognize your handwriting, type it on a little something. You go to the library and ask for this to be printed. If you are, say you're from Portland, Antonio, and you believe that my voice is very
recognizable,
very much so. So you know what? Let me call somebody down in Hanover and tell them you don't trust the police, call the military.
Oh,
you know.
No, but me put back up a little bit now, upon that now. Me I put you to task now.
Yes.
I don't want, when I call Hanover tell me, say, please to call Portland.
No, it's one jurisdiction, and even if somebody there tells you that,
yes,
then you know, say, listen, let me speak to the senior person.
Okay.
On duty.
Okay.
And say, listen, this is a situation I don't want to talk to anybody in Portland, but this is happening, and I'm going to provide the information. So you say what you have to say.
Okay.
And the person there will have a way of getting it across.
Okay.
When you call, who is it I'm speaking to? Person may give a name. So if you need to do a reference check, then you can always say at some other time, let me call DSP Horton. Or let me speak to DSP Horton. Sir, I called the other day, I gave some information, I'm not seeing anything done with it. What is happening? You know, we can find the offices, we have the various platforms, we have a Facebook page, direct message to the administrator.
Me like that call the next parish something there.
It can.
Me like it.
Let me tell you something. You see, before we had cell phones, GPS, Google Maps, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody in the country needs to come to the US Embassy. Never go there yet. Or to find some medical facility in Kingston. The person gets up out of their bed 2 o'clock in the morning, and they find the one bus or the truck that's leaving. They ask the questions, they do whatever, and they do whatever it takes
to get there.
And to get there on time too. Why that happen, Burger? It's because it is important. It is important. What we can find a way to say whatever we have to say if we consider it as being important. And
don't wait until it reaches at your doorstep.
Exactly, because that is what a lot of persons are doing.
Yeah, DSP me know, but me think if we just tell them, so you say you can write or type the notes and drop it off anywhere.
Call somebody that you know.
Call a police station. You don't have to call your police station, because what I police them know your voice.
Yes.
So them are going to say, look how they call over here. So call it someplace else.
Right.
And you have anonymous tip lines as well.
Yes, you have the Crime Stop, yeah.
Crime Stop. So ladies and gentlemen, no make crime get the better way in 2020. There are so many different ways that we can assist the police in addressing crime. Come let me tell you something. Crime no respect nobody. Crime no boundary. Crime no border. Yes. No. Yes.
And it continues. And we try to keep our mouths shut, Burger, until, you know, one of our family members or a close friend or relative is suffering. And now we want somebody to talk. So you never want to say nothing when you know that your neighbor was going to be the victim of a crime. So you know before. Or even if it is after the fact, you know. You decide that you're not going to say anything. But the moment you are the victim, you are expecting somebody else to say. We have to get past. We have to get past this selfish way of behaving, acting and pretending as if, you know, we're in our own world and we are safe. We have to depend on each other. You know.
Yes. Him have to sing the song.
That's what I'm saying. One of your colleagues, you know, from police school, some video.
Right. am I DSP? Bring up to the NAP and to the Hall of Fame, man.
Yes, man. Yes, man. It's a video. And you know, I would have wanted to be a police, but you know what turned me off?
Thank God.
When we go in and kitchen and see this big old book when I'm sitting and writing, I need to waste time.
In short order, you won't see any of those big books. Burger.
No,
Yes,
DSP not encouraging. We don't need burger in our police force.
see,
Every answer and
are you saying that Burger is not one of those suggestions that we can depend on?
Lord have
Burger
mercy.
loves Jamaica, you know?
No, him, yes.
And he loves people. That's what I'm getting
yes,
from
so if
him.
he stay up on the radio, not tell Burger to turn police.
What? What am I doing? Am I?
Yeah, go, alright. Alright. See what Burger do you there?
Yo, man, tell you. Alright. Give me the key on your feet. Yes, sir, me. 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 A long time I tell them I'm afraid of nobody.
T-Wiz Records.
Yes, sir, me. It's right now. Nobody can stop me. Me a go DJ, but I think what everybody afraid of. As far as me know, long as me remember. If you're born and you grow up in a Jamaica, you know what nobody call you not Informa. Yes, sir, me. Long time I tell yes, sir, me. Long time I tell them I'm afraid of nobody.
T-Wiz Records.
Yes, sir, me. It's right now. Nobody can stop me.
This is the singing police. Listen to this one.
We are the DJ, but I think what everybody afraid of. As far as me know, long as me remember. If you're born and you grow up in a Jamaica, you know when nobody call you not Informa. But you see me, very proud Informa. Me not do it for myself, but for Jamaica. You see me, must be an Informa. Me have to make a sacrifice and make a great saver. You see me, must be an Informa. Me have a number for the sergeant, the inspector. You see me, must be an Informa. And if me can't get it, so me call commissioner. You see me, long time I tell them to be afraid of me.
T-Wiz Records.
You see me, it's right now. Nobody can stop me. We are the DJ, but I think what everybody afraid of. As far as me know, long as me remember. If you're born and you grow up in a Jamaica, you know when nobody call you not Informa. But you see me, very proud Informa. Me not do it for myself, but for Jamaica. You see me, must be an Informa. We have to make the sacrifice and make the police. You see me, very be an Informa. Me have a number for the sergeant and the inspector. You see me, must be an Informa. And if we can't get it, so we call commissioner.
Shakira, Glenn.
Because me not support the crime. Keep it in the crime.
Hello, good afternoon, Glenn.
Crime is smashing up this country and me acting like a blind. We should have put a stop into this thing long time. So if me see a boy with a special or a nine, me go up on my phone, dial 119. Then get the operator all information. In case one of
Now
close,
go
me
there
full
to him,
complexion
take a
of
video.
the eyes in front.
Monique asked me to do a video.
Eh?
So I'm gonna go there to him. Monique asked me to do a video, so I'm gonna try.
Me say I got me a break, so me talking to the parents and the kids and the kids. You see me, long time I tell them to be afraid of me.
A second verse, they want to hear. Yo, what's up, one down?
DSP Throyville from Portland and Informa Police.
Burger.
Yeah, tell you, what is the number for the inspector and the
The sergeant, the inspector. Burger. DSP raise a line in the song. I'm going to leave him with it. I'm going to go solve it. Him say I'm going to tell him his suit, him clothes, him have and him complexion. Suit? Oh, you get some of them complexion.
The complexion?
Because, I tell you, we must invite Dr. Charles on one day. He did a thing that said when he asks people why them bleach Burger, one of the reasons behind it is to hide from police.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know that.
See, it's the extent
So
to
when
which
me
we
I
go.
get the complexion, if you say curry.
I don't know colors, man. I'm not very good at colors.
Okay.
You know, so I mean that's why I use multiple elements to identify. So you get your face color, clothes, your full complexion, everywhere.
So I'm going to say the face curry, the neck black and the foot.
Police did
Soon catch. Or change him complexion.
Yeah, it's
Soup, you can DJ though. Me hear you. You give me different levels and you have bars and respect. Respect DSP.
oh
respect.
yeah, thanks a lot.
Yes,
So me I have to say big ups to my people in
You
Portland.
them now
and
get here 3
everybody
o'clock.
else.
We have to go news when we come back.
We're the news.
Yeah, but give me a freestyle because yeah, wait,